Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back.
Welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how we're going to be making the highlights, like the one that you saw at the start, in After Effects. This isn't going to be that hard of a tutorial, so you should be able to follow along quite easily. This is going to be good for people that are switching from Sony Vegas, or people that are switching from Filmora, or DaVinci, or any other softwares. So let's get into it. So the first thing that you're going to do is make sure that in the project area over here you have all your files. You can do this by either clicking and dragging them in from a folder, or just double clicking and then it pulls up your folder. Once you've done that, hit this icon down here for the creating a new composition, and then you want to make it however long you want the montage to be. So for example, I'm going to make mine just 1 minute. Then you also want to make sure it's in 1080p or higher, 60 FPS, full resolution, and then hit OK. So once we've got our composition here, we're going to first start by dragging in our music. So now we have our music layer. Then double hit L on your keyboard, and that should bring up the waveform. And then here it will make it easier to find out where the first B drop is. So it seems like it's over here. So let's check that out.
Put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back. Couple know about me, I'ma keep it like that.
So yeah, there we go. That's where the first B drop is. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to move it all the way to near the intro, right here at about the 10-second mark. So once we've got it there, we are going to hit this marker right here, and then that's going to tell us where we want our first clip to sync up to. Now we're going to drag in our clip. So here we have our clip, and we want to match up the kill. Keep dragging your clip to the left or to the right, but drag it until the gunshot. So we can tell when the gunshot is because the muzzle flash as well as the ammo going down. So once you've got it here, we're going to add some velocity to it. So the best way to do this in After Effects is you could always do time remap, but that's a lot harder, and that's mainly for montages and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to type up BCC velocity, and we're going to put BCC velocity on it. Once that's on your clip, first we're going to do is turn off frame blending. We're going to change input layer to none, that way we can just copy and paste this onto other layers. Once we've done that, we're going to hit this stopwatch here, and this stopwatch, if you're unfamiliar with After Effects, this starts the keyframes. So if I hit U on my keyboard, it will bring up all my keyframes. So here's the one keyframe that we have, and this is representing 100% speed. So what we're going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, put another keyframe by clicking on this diamond down here, and then we're going to go 4 backwards from the middle point. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Once we've done that, hit the keyframe again. Then we're going to set this one here to 50, this one here to 350, and then this one here to 50. Then we're going to hit page up on our keyboard, or alternatively you could hit this one, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 frames back, put another keyframe, set this one to 100. And then what this will do now is give us a little bit of a velocity on our kill. So let's watch that through.
Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it. Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it.
So we've got the velocity on our kill. So now we're going to be adding our shake. Okay, so to make the shake, it's pretty much the same as on Sony Vegas. What we're going to do, search up s_shake, then our shake comes up. We're going to put it on our clip, so select the clip, and you can drag it on. Once we're here, we're going to set the frequency to 4, put a keyframe on here to start the amplitude, hit U on our keyboard, go back 1, 2, 3, place another keyframe, go 1, 2, 3, and then we want to go about 40 frames this way to end the shake. Once you've found your way to 40 frames to the right, set the amplitude to 0. Next we're going to go into the X, Y and Z settings. So for X, set this to around 72 and leave the rest the same. for Y, we want that to be half, so we're going to set that one to 36. Don't worry about the Z shake. Tilt shake, we're going to add an angle of 5. And let's see how that looks. But I forgot to mention before this, you want to set the first keyframe to 0. And then the last keyframe also, make sure it's set to 0.
Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get her. Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get her. Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get her.
So it's looking alright so far. However, what I like to do, and this is completely optional, is we're going to add another shake. But the job of this shake is it's going to be a vertical shake. Right, so first what we're going to do, put a keyframe here, right where the kill starts, go 1, 2, 3, set to 0. Now we're going to want to go 20 frames, no 30 frames rather, after this keyframe here. So once we're at 30 frames, I'm going to turn it back down to 0. Now we're going to set our frequency to 10, go to where the kill happens on this marker. Once we're on the marker, we're going to set the amplitude to 12. Now we're going to go into our X, Y and Z settings again. So X, we want that off. Our Y, we want that to be 36 again. You don't have to worry about the Z again. Tilt, all of that off. And then we're going to turn motion blur on for this one. Once we've done that, we're going to highlight our keyframes. So again, hitting U on our keyboard, click and drag to highlight our keyframes. Press F9 on your keyboard, or alternatively you can right click keyframe assistant, easy ease. Then we're going to go to our graph editor. Now this may look quite scary, but honestly it's not too difficult. All we're going to do is click on this point here. Make sure you don't click on the line, but you click on the square. We're going to drag this one to the left, and we're going to drag this one to the left as well. We're going to drag this one to the left, and we're going to drag this one to the left as well, to the right, to the right. So once you've done that, exit out of your graph editor, and let's watch this through.
Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back. Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back.
Okay, so one thing that I'm noticing is it seems to last a little bit too long. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this keyframe to be in line with our other keyframe. Let's take a look at that now.
Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back. Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back.
Right, so once we've done our 2 shakes, we're going to type up here, transform, grab our transform, drag it underneath, then go to where the kill happens, click on scale, keyframe that, go 1, 2, 3, then we're going to make sure that we keyframe it down here as well, then go 1, 2, 3 back to the middle, and we're going to go to roughly about 10 frames after the shake, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're going to set it here to 100 again. Once you've done that, click on the arrow to go to the middle one, change this one to 105, or alternatively you can do 110. Highlight the keyframes and easy ease them, go into the graph editor, then we're going to right click and go to the speed graph. Once we're in the speed graph, make sure you have your scale selected, zoom in if you have to. We're going to click and drag and make it look like a mountain. So once we've done that, turn motion blur on the clip on, so click on this, make sure that that is blue, and let's watch this.
Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back. Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back. Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back.
Okay, so now that we've got our shakedown, we're going to add a build-up twitch to the start. So to do that, hit layer, new, adjustment layer, go to where the middle frame is, go 1, 2, 3, Control Shift D to split. Then we're going to go back to our middle thing. We're going to go about 40 frames, Control Shift D, split and get rid of. Then on here, we're going to type up in our effects and presets, Twitch. Once you've searched up Twitch, drag in the Video Copilot Twitch effect. Set the speed and the amount down to 0. Keyframe both. Then go to where the middle marker is. Keyframe speed to 5, amount to 15. Then go 1, 2, 3 frames forward. Turn them back down to 0. Then in Enable, click on slide, operator controls, go to slide. Here we want to turn off slide spread. We want to keep everything else the same. We can add a little bit of RGB if you want to. I don't want to in this case. Hit U on your keyboard. Easy. Right, so we're going to take a look at how that looks.
Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back. Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back. Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back.
Okay, so one thing that I'm noticing is the amount isn't enough. The speed is just fine. So I'm going to turn up the amount to about 25. Let's watch that through again.
Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back.
So it's looking a lot better. Now we're going to be looking at how to add flicker. Okay, so to add flicker, click on your layer, effects and presets, type in s_flicker. Once you found it, drag it on. Make sure it's above your scale. Then we're going to set some keyframes. So middle marker again, click on amplitude, go 1, 2, 3, turn off the amplitude, 1, 2, 3, then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to make another keyframe here, and then we're going to go to where the scale ends, and we're going to add another one there. Once we've done that, set the end one to 0, set the start one to 0, and then set both of these ones to 0.5. Let's take a look at how that looks.
Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back. Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back. Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back.
Okay, so I'm liking how long it stays around for, but I think we should turn up the frequency a bit. I'm going to set it to 45. Let's take a look at how that looks.
Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back. Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back.
Right, so I want it to be a little bit faster than that, so I'm going to turn it up to about 75 instead. Let's take a look at how that looks.
Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back.
Okay, so I'm liking how that looks. So while editing this video, I realised how long the video was going to be if I included how to edit the last 3 effects. So what I've done is I've just added RSMB, I've added a sharpness layer of 5, and I've also added some distort RGB and a colour correction. I will be posting tutorials on how to do each one of these later on in the channel, so stay tuned for that.
Man, I put it on the gang, I'ma get it right back.